Hi there, so a while back I've ordered these yarns from Ice Yarn. They're all the same type, just different colors. It's called Nubuck Chenille, and originally I had wanted to use it for amigurumi, but I did not know that it was going to be so stiff, and that doesn't work so well with amigurumi. So I've tried a few different ways to use it. Here was my first try at amigurumi with it, and since it's not so flexible, it comes out with pretty much holes in between. Even when I go down a hook size, it still does not flow so well. Here's another attempt that I tried. This one was not so bad, but there's still some gaps in between, which doesn't make it so well for amigurumi. So then I decided to try, let's say, for a bag or something, and here I tried just regular single crochet, which came out pretty good, although a bit stiff. So I wanted to try something else, and my best try so far was this little granny square with this color, this dark red, and this one came out pretty soft, and you could really feel the velvety on it because it does have a very nice velvety feel. The only problem is that the yarn itself is a bit stiff, so in order to keep that velvety feel, you need to kind of find what works best and what hook size and what stitches. So I decided to try now a bag. I'm going to be using a 3.5 millimeter. The size suggested is a 4 millimeter. I'm not sure if that means a crochet hook or a knitting needles. It doesn't say, but either way I'm going to use a 3.5, and I'm going to be using the white one, and I'm going to be making a linen stitch drawstring bag. So we'll see how that comes out with this Nubuck yarn. Apparently Nubuck is a kind of suede. It's very similar to suede. So it's very velvety. I love the feel of it, but just the yarn itself is a little hard to work with since it's pretty stiff. So I'm going to try now a drawstring bag and see how that'll come out with linen stitch. So working with it is a little bit challenging since it's not so soft, so it doesn't like pull itself. You need to kind of like pull it here and there. But I guess you'll get used to working with it after you've worked with it for a while. Okay, it's proving to be a bit challenging to do the linen stitch since the stitches are so wide, so it's hard to find where to go in for the next stitch. So it is making it a bit more complicated. I'm going to try a different stitch now since I saw that this granny square came out pretty good. So I'm going to try now with a double crochet, and we'll see. I did notice there's a slight difference between the colors. This dark red is a bit more softer than the white one. So I'm going to now try with this red one. I'm going to try with double crochet and see how that'll come out. Okay, so it's definitely going a bit more smoother. I'm not sure if it's because this yarn, this color is a bit softer, or if it's just because the double crochet is an easier stitch. I'm not sure. But I see that this is possible to do, although it still leaves very big gaps in between. So for a bag, I'm not sure if that'll be good. Maybe if it's a bag that you add backing to, maybe something like that. I do want to try one last stitch. I'm going to use this one for now. And for now, I want to try a half double crochet into the back loop, so a kind of ribbing, which is one of my favorite crochet stitches. We'll see how it comes out with this yarn. So far it's looking good on the first row. I like how it's like not too big of spaces in between and not too tight like this one was, so you still feel the softness of the velvet. Now let's start with the next row. Okay, so I think I found another stitch that works with this yarn, this half double crochet into the back loop only, which creates a gorgeous ribbing pattern. So I have this design that works nice, and the granny square that works nice, and what I originally was planning to make a drawstring bag with linen stitch that didn't work out very well. So I didn't end up making a actual bag, but I did try out different stitches. This one was also nice, although a bit loose. So now I've learned a few more things of how to try and work with this yarn. I imagine that it's probably better for like bags and stuff and not so much for wearables. Maybe a belt or something, since it's a bit thicker, although maybe with the granny squares it could make a nice hat or something. We'll see. So I'll continue on my journey of trying to find a perfect project for these yarns. And thank you for watching. See you.